Hello and welcome to another chair yoga video. I'm Nina G and I'm so glad that you decided to join me today. As I'm filming this video, the southeastern United States is still recovering from the after effects of Hurricane Helene. And so that influenced what I'm putting together in this video today, including our mudra, the gesture of the protective shield. I'll show you that now and we'll use it in our practice today. We're going to take our hands and make two soft fists with our thumb touching that second joint of the pointer finger, but soft fingers. And then we'll take the right hand, right fist across to left shoulder, left fist across to right shoulder. And we'll find that inner lift of the spine, the gesture of the protective shield. So a protective force around us, but it's still permeable to love, to kindness, to compassion. And we'll send some of that out to people that need it. So we'll need our chair today, perhaps a couple of blocks or something to connect your feet to the floor. And we can get started. Please join me. We will begin seated in our chair, and I'm going to slide back, connecting my feet to the floor through my yoga blocks. If you have a pillow or something, maybe a thick book, that would work as well, just so my feet are connected. Now I'm going to come back to that Vaikara Mudra, mudra of the protective shield, taking my right soft fist across to left shoulder, left across to right, finding that inner lift of the spine. And from here, the invitation is to soften or close your eyes. Notice your breath. Try to smooth it out. Make the inhales and exhales even. Take a moment to notice how your body feels today. And notice what's going on in your mind. Are there lots of thoughts going around now? Is it kind of calm? Doesn't matter what the answer is. But my hope is that this practice will help us get a little bit closer to a sense of calm. And now imagine that protective force field around you. And even as we are experiencing that protection, let's send out messages of love and kindness and compassion to people that we know and love. So it could be family members, friends, whomever. Could be pets. And then bring your attention back to your breath. Notice what it's like now. Can we smooth it out any more? And then we'll release that mudra. We'll blink open the eyes. If they're still closed, we can sparkle the fingers a little bit, maybe take a circle or two with the shoulders. And we're going to move to the edge of our chair. So I'm going to move my supports out of the way and connect my feet directly to the floor, sitting up tall. Now, finding that inner lift of the spine again, imagining that protective field around us. We're going to bring the hands to heart just real softly. Maybe my knuckles touch here. And I'm going to sit up tall, take my inhale. As I exhale, I'm going to push and stretch that field a little bit. So my arms are strong. I'm pushing away. As I inhale, I come back, hands to heart. Now I'm going to exhale, push arms wide, stretching into the sides of that field around me. Come on back. Exhale, push away now, pushing behind you, but still sitting tall. And then as we inhale, we bring the hands back to center. Exhale, push straight up. Inhale back to center. And exhale, push straight down. Inhale, return. Let the hands rest at heart center. You can stack the palms or just let the knuckles touch. And as we rest here, let's think about sending love and compassion now to our friends in the southeastern United States. Now we're going to take another inhale and we'll repeat the process. As we exhale, we push away in front of us. Inhale, come back. Exhale, push wide and return. Now we push back, but keep the spine tall. Don't lean forward. Return. Push up and come back and push down. And this entire time, I'm just leaving my head neutral, my eyes straight ahead. Come back to center, hands at heart. Let's send out those messages of healing, of love, of compassion, anywhere that need them right now. Any place in the world that needs our help right now. Let's take another inhale and repeat on the exhale, pushing forward, stretching that force field. Bring it back. Exhale, push wide. Arms are strong. Come back. Push behind you. Feel those shoulder blades come together. And return. Push up. Return. And push down. And return. One last time, sending those messages of love and compassion out to any who need it. Knowing that that barrier, that force field is permeable for love and compassion. And then we'll release our hands back down to our lap. If you want to take a circle or two with shoulders, move around, that's fine. But we're going to come to our cow and cat now. Hands on lap. As we inhale, we'll arch the back. And as we exhale, we'll round the spine, making those cow and cat motions with the spine. Take your time and imagine we're pushing the edges of that force field now with the spine. Pushing back, making it a little bigger. Come back to center. Last one. And then be tall, shoulders down. Take a moment to check in with how you feel. We'll release our hands down by our side now. You can shake out those fingers. And on our next inhale, let's reach the arms forward and up. Now, up means different things to different people. You might be here with a cactus. You might have long arms. You might have your hands in front of you. It's all good. And then we're going to float them back down. So just explore where your arms need to be today. And we'll let our next inhale take them back to that place. And then I'm going to lean to my left, little side body stretch here. Come back to center. Lean the other way. And return. And float the arms down. Now, let's take a circle with those shoulders. Take a breath. And we're going to repeat that. Now, it doesn't matter which way you lean because we know we're going to do both in each sequence. So let's inhale, take the arms forward and up. I'm going to go the other way, a little lean here. Come back to center. Lean. Come back to center. Float the arms down. Take a breath. Now, as we lean side to side, I want you to remember, we need to remember to keep our hips down on the chair. So let's take our arms up. As I lean to the right, I'm going to keep that left sitting bone down on the chair. Come back to center. I'm going to lean left, keep right sitting bone on the chair. Come back to center. Float the arms down. One more round, reach up. Lean, but keep sitting bones down. Come back through center and lean. Come back through center. Float the arms down to your lap. Take a circle with those shoulders. Take a breath and notice how you feel. Notice sensations in the side body, sensations in shoulders and arms. Okay. Now we're going to take our arms out to the side and up. Can be with elbows bent. Imagine you're a giant satellite dish, sending out those messages of love, of compassion, of kindness. Let's sit up tall with our satellite dish. Take an inhale here. As we exhale, twisting, keeping the sitting bones still, we'll take a little twist to one side. Inhale back through center. And as we exhale, we're going to twist to the other side. Come back to center. Twisting. Come back to center. Going in the other direction. Return to center. Let's bring hands to heart center. Take a moment now to send out those messages. Love, kindness, compassion. Now we'll release those hands. And we're about to make our way to standing. So let's do it together. We're going to bring our feet in a little bit closer just so that we know where they are. We're going to shift our weight forward a little bit, push down into the feet, come on up. Great. Once I stood up, I moved my chair because I want you to be able to see me. But you don't need to move your furniture. You might just want to walk around to the other side. For this first part of our standing sequence, if we need extra help, a wall behind us might be a really good answer. Of course, the chair in front of you or a counter or the wall, always good ideas as well. Make sure that you have what you need around you to help support you. Now, we'll come to our mountain pose, feet straight ahead, stand up tall. Find that inner lift of your spine. Feel your feet pushing down. Let's take our fingertips forward, palms up, and then bring fingers to shoulders. We'll make some circles with our elbows, going forward and up and back and down. So take a few shoulder rolls here, noticing the sensations in the shoulders, right? Feel those shoulder blades separate and then come together on your back. And then we can add in a little twist of the rib cage if we separate them and do one at a time. So now a little different movement. Keep your knees soft. Again, stretching into that force field, that protective shield around us. If you want to have fun or dance a bit, you can let go of the shoulders and just let the arms be long. Have a little fun, stretch into your protective shield. And then we'll slow things down and come back to stillness. So we're back in our mountain pose, Notice what the breath is like now. Okay, we're going to make a few circles with our arms, and I'm going to cross my right arm in front of my left, in front of the body. Circle up. And then as I exhale, I'm going to float the arms down. Now, I'm going to take my left arm in front now. Float the arms back down. I'm going to move just a little bit so I don't hit my arm there. Now, the next option would be to come up onto the toes as we inhale. So we'd float the arms down. I've got my right arm in front. As I inhale, my heels lift. I come up onto my toes. And as I exhale, heels lower, arms come down. Interesting. Try it again. This time, left arm in front. Inhale. And exhale, lower. We'll try that 2 more times. So right arm on top, heels lift, and then we lower. This is why the wall behind us is a good choice. And then left arm on top. And then everything lowers back down. Pause when you get there. Notice how you feel. And then come back to our mountain pose. Come back to our mountain pose. Feet straight ahead. Maybe if you want, you could have your big toes touching. The heels probably won't touch, but a real strong stance here, whether it's feet close together touching, or maybe there's a little space between them, whatever feels more stable to you. Okay, and we have that chair, the wall behind us if we need it. Let's bring those hands, those knuckles together at heart center again, soft fingers. We'll take an inhale here. As we exhale, we're going to push away, push away. So my arms are strong. Let the inhale bring those hands back. Exhale, push wide. And inhale, return. Now, I'm going to push back behind me, but I'm going to stay standing tall. Shoulder blades are doing some work here. Inhale back to center. Exhale, push up. Inhale, return. And exhale, push straight down. Inhale, return. Hands to heart. Pause for a moment. Send out that loving kindness to those who need it, to those who need healing and repair. And then we'll do another round. Take an inhale. Exhale, push forward. Strong arms, strong body. Inhale, come back. Push wide. And return. Behind you. And return. Above. Return. Push down. Come back, hands to heart. Here's where we have that opportunity to send out that loving kindness. Last round. Inhale. Exhale, pushing forward. Bring it back. Push wide. And return. Behind you. To center. Up. And down. Hands at heart. Take a moment. Send out that healing energy. And then release your hands. Open your eyes if they're closed. Let's move a little bit. Notice how you feel. Okay, we're going to take a slightly wider stance now, coming into our goddess pose. Chair could be in front of you with your hand on the back of the chair. Okay, or hips could be at the wall. You know, the wall could be behind you, and if you need some help, it would support you. But what we're going to do is bend the knees so they're tracking over toes 2 and 3. So my knees are reaching out. I'm not, bending my knees and dropping them in. That's not good on my knees. So this is where I want to be. This isn't a real deep squat. Don't need to be there. Right here is good. So once we've figured out where we want that, let's straighten the legs. We're going to inhale, take the arms wide. As we exhale, we'll bend the knees, we'll bend the elbows. Little cactus arm here. Here's our goddess pose. Inhale wide again. And exhale, float the arms down. Try it again. Inhale wide. Exhale, knees bend, elbows bend. We straighten the legs, straighten the arms. And we float the arms down. Last one, wide. Knees and elbows bend. We come back to center and float the arms back down. Shake them out for a moment. Now, we'll come back into that goddess pose and we're going to stay there this time. So let's take the arms wide. We're going to bend our knees, bend our elbows. And here's that little satellite dish again. So we're going to twist from here, keeping the legs as they are. Nothing's moving from the hips down. We'll take an inhale, find the length in the spine. And as we exhale, we take a gentle twist in one direction. It's not a big twist. It might be an inch or two. Inhale back to center and exhale, twist the other way. We're very stable from hips down. Inhale, center. We can keep our eyes open. We can turn our head with the upper body. Look around, see what's all around you, getting all of that information. Come back to center. We'll do one more. Now push into both feet, lengthen the legs, reach the arms wide, and float your arms down. Let's bring our legs back together. Take a moment here, shake things out, wiggle and jiggle. We're going to come back to our goddess pose one more time, but this time, as we move, we're going to be unfurling the fingers. So we'll start with those real soft fists. We'll expand thumb, pointer, middle, ring, pinky, and then we'll curl up the fingers, pinky, ring, middle, pointer, thumb. So come back to your goddess stance, heels in, toes out. Knees are going to bend over the toes 2 and 3. They're reaching out. We'll take those soft fists at our heart center. Now, one more time, nothing's moving from here down. We're going to take our knuckles and we're going to expand into the fingers, opening out thumb, pointer, middle, ring, pinky. You can look down or up depending on how you feel. And then we're going to curl those hands, those fingers back to center and go the other way. So extend, expand, inhale. And exhale, bring it back to center. As we expand, let's think about reaching through fingers, reaching through the palms of the hands. We're stretching that force field again. Reach. Come back. Now, this time that we lean, let's pause here. Stretch through the palms, stretch through the fingers. Breathe here. And then bring those hands back to center. Again, if you need help, keep one hand on the chair. That's fine. Or keep your hips on the wall. Breathe here on this side. We're stretching through palms, through fingers. And then bring hands back. Let them be soft. Push into both feet. Straighten the legs. Let's release. Bring feet back together. Shake things out and wiggle and jiggle. Take a breath here. Notice how your body feels. Okay, we're going to move to a warrior one. And this is one of those times where you might want that chair in front of you. I'm going to put my right foot forward and my left foot back. Right foot forward, left foot back. I've got room for my hips here. So if you want, you could stand right at your chair and then slide your left foot back. Take it straight back. That way you have that room for your hips. You're not on a balance beam, but you're on train tracks, which I like. Train tracks or skis. Okay, so you can always have one or both hands on back of the chair. That's very good if we need the support. Let's straighten the legs, straighten the front leg. Both legs are straight and strong. Let's imagine that protective force field around us again. Bring those knuckles to heart center. Take an inhale. As we exhale, we're going to bend the front knee, push forward, strong arms. Inhale, come back, arms to heart. Leg straightens. Exhale, push wide, knee bends. There's your warrior one. Exhale, come back. Push behind you. Inhale, come back. We come back on the inhale. Exhale, push up. I've got this nice long spine. And return. Now push straight down. Here's your warrior one. Stay with that knee bend. Bring hands back to heart. Another opportunity to send out that loving kindness, that compassion to anyone that needs it. You might be watching this video years from now. Send the goodness where it's needed. Now we'll release our hands down. We can take our hands to the back of the chair. We can bring palms together, whatever we want to do. Step back, foot forward. Pause here for a moment. Let's come back to our mudra with those two soft fists. Right hand first, left. Stand up tall. And then release those arms. We'll do the other side. So now it'll be left foot forward, right foot back. Left foot forward, right foot back. You can step that right leg straight back, bending that knee over front ankle. Once you've found where you want to be, straighten the leg. So just take your time, find your foundation. That's the most important. If you need the chair for balance today, you might just be moving in and out of the pose. That's fine. Let's straighten the leg, bring knuckles to the heart. We'll take an inhale. Exhale, push forward. Strong arms. Inhale, come back. Exhale, push wide. And inhale, return. The knee bends each time. We push behind us, but we keep spine tall. And return. Push above. And return. Push down. Now keep knee bent, bring hands back to heart. Smooth out your breath. This is warrior one. Now you can release your hands to the back of the chair, bring hands to heart, however you want to do it, but we'll step that back foot forward. Take a moment, see how you feel. Okay, we're going to repeat that whole sequence, but this time we might move to a one-legged balance. So when we get to the point with our arms going behind us, we could lean forward, pick up that back heel. With our arms in front, reaching up, we could lean forward. You'll see when we get there. So we're going to have our right foot forward and step our left foot back. Stand up tall, knuckles to heart. Could keep the hands on the chair if you want. We'll straighten the leg. Take the inhale here, exhale. Both feet stay down, push forward. Both heels are down, we're down on the floor. Come back. Push wide. Come back. Now, here's where it might get interesting. We'll lean forward a little bit, push back. Maybe that back heel lifts. A little bit of a balance here. Come back to heart center. This is our inhale. Now, this next time, when we push up, we might lift up that back heel a little bit, leaning forward. We could have one or both hands down. Come back. And then we're going to reach back, maybe lifting up that back leg. I've got one hand on my chair, and I'm going to stay here. So I might have two hands on my chair. I might have one. I might play and see what I can do here, smoothing out my breath if I can, knowing I'm protected. And then we're going to soften that knee, put the foot back down. There's your warrior one again. Maybe take your arms to cactus this time. And bring hands back to heart, step back, foot forward. Notice how you feel. Okay, now I'm going to turn my chair around, but you can just move to the other side. And now we've got our left foot forward and our right foot back. We find our warrior one. We know the first two rounds of breath, that back heel stays down. So let's straighten the leg once we've found our warrior one. Let's bring the hands to the heart center. Inhale. And exhale, push forward. Inhale, straighten the leg, come back. Exhale, push wide. Come back. Okay, here's where the fun starts. So this time, as I exhale, I'm going to lean forward, reach my arms back, maybe pick up my heel, maybe even the toes, and then return. This time I'm going to reach my arms up. Maybe I lift a little higher, maybe not. It's okay. Come back down. This last one, we lean forward. We might reach one or both arms back, but we're going to stay here and breathe. So it's a one-legged balance pose. See if you can smooth out your breath. And then bend that standing leg. Put the back toes down, heel down. Here's our warrior one with our cactus arms. And then we'll bring the hands together at heart or back to the chair and step forward. Pause here for a moment. Notice how your body feels. Let's come back to that mudra, that protective shield. And then we'll release those hands. We're going to make our way back to seated now. Okay, I moved a little bit of furniture around, but we're all going to sit in the chair now with our feet connected to the floor. And my feet are about 2 of my fists apart. Yeah. So that everything's kind of straight underneath. You know, my ankles are under my knees are straight out from my hips. Let's come to a cactus arm. And my elbows are kind of close in. It's not a big cactus, it's a little one. Let's take an inhale here and exhale. Hinge forward just a few inches. Notice how this feels. As we inhale, let's lead with the heart, bring shoulder blades together and down and lift back up. And float those arms down. So we'll do that little sequence. Inhale to cactus. Exhale, hinge forward. Doesn't have to be very far. Inhale, lead with the heart, lift back up, elbows come together, and exhale, lower. One more time, inhale, little cactus. Exhale, hinge forward. As we inhale, we lead with the heart, coming into this little bit of a back bend. Elbows come down, shoulder blades come together, and then release. Let's circle the shoulders a few times. And then we'll bring our hands back to the lap. Let's round the spine, dropping the chin, coming into our little cat pose. And then come back to our cow. And we will come back to a nice tall spine. Let's slide back in our chair. Connect our feet to the floor, whether it's through a pillow, yoga blocks, a book, whatever it is. Sit up tall. We'll come back to our mudra one last time. So that soft fist, the right hand first, then the left on top of that. The invitation is to soften or close your eyes. And as you rest here with this gesture of the protective shield, know that the barrier is porous both ways. So receive messages of love and kindness and compassion as you rest here in our brief Shavasana. Allow your breath to come naturally. And know that you are protected, that you are loved, and that compassion is coming your way. Now we will gently blink open our eyes if they're closed. We will release our mudra. Twinkle the fingers, bring the hands down. We'll come to the edge of the chair one last time, just connecting to the floor. Connect to the floor. Let's stack the palms at our heart center and thank yourself for taking time to practice yoga today. And thank you so much for allowing me to guide you. It's an honor to be here with you, my friends. Thank you for practicing with me with the gesture of the protective shield. Stay well, and I'll see you again soon.